Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news. Guys, if you've been following the Steelers this season, you've probably felt a roller coaster of emotions. And honestly, after what happened last Sunday against the Seattle Seahawks, the Steelers are facing a pretty tough reality. It's not just about the loss, it's about the way it happened, the kind of mistake that sticks in your mind, especially when it involves a crucial moment in the game. We saw something that frankly made a lot of Steelers fans scratch their heads and wonder, what just happened? And it's not just about the blunder itself, but what it might mean for the team going forward. So let's break it down. The Steelers at that point were battling hard, trying to stay competitive. But then comes Caleb Johnson, who's been a key piece in special teams, especially as a returner. And in that moment, he had a chance to really make a difference. Instead, what happened was a moment that's now gone viral. Caleb Johnson let a kickoff bounce right through his hands. Now you might think, okay, it's just a mistake, but this was more than that. The ball rolled into the end zone, and Johnson clearly assumed that meant a touchback. But here's the thing, in the NFL, that's not how it works. The ball was still live. And because of that, the Seahawks pounced on it, recovering the ball and scoring a touchdown to go up 24-14. That's a huge swing, folks. That play not only shifted momentum but also essentially sealed the Steelers' fate in that game. It was a moment of misjudgment, a costly blunder, and unfortunately, it cost the team dearly. Now, if you listen to what Mike Tomlin said in his weekly press conference, you realize how serious he's taking this. When asked whether Caleb Johnson would continue returning kicks in the short term, Tomlin's response was pretty clear: not in the short term. And when pressed about giving Johnson another shot to earn back that role, Tomlin said he would give him the opportunity. But that's where things get a little alarming, because when asked about potential replacements, Tomlin's answer was, "I haven't even begun to address that." Think about that, it's Tuesday, 2 days after the game, and the head coach hasn't even started considering who might replace Johnson on the return team. That's a sign of how seriously they're taking this mistake, and possibly how uncertain they are about their options moving forward. But let's not forget, guys, the Steelers have been building a pretty interesting season. They're sitting at a position where every play, every decision, counts even more. With players like Kenny Pickett leading the offense, trying to find consistency and rhythm, and with the defense still playing tough under the leadership of guys like TJ Watt, there's a lot of hope. But special teams are often overlooked, and that's where this blunder really stings. It's a reminder that in the NFL, games can turn on a dime, and details matter. The Steelers' season has been a mixture of ups and downs. There have been moments of brilliance, like the performances of their defensive line, which has been relentless in creating pressure and forcing turnovers. TJ Watt, in particular, has been a beast all year, constantly disrupting opposing quarterbacks. That's the kind of leadership you want in a team pushing for a deep playoff run. But then, you have moments like this, where a simple mistake can negate all that hard work. It's a stark reminder that no matter how talented your roster is, the mental aspects, focus, and special teams play a critical role. And for the fans, this is frustrating but also a call to stay resilient. You know how passionate Steelers fans are. We've seen our team overcome setbacks before, and this season is no different. The question now is how the coaching staff and players will respond. Will they learn from this mistake? Will they tighten up on special teams? Or will this be a turning point that exposes some vulnerabilities? It's hard to say, but one thing is for sure, the Steelers have a history of bouncing back stronger after setbacks, especially under Tomlin's leadership. Now, considering the bigger picture in the AFC North, this blunder might seem small in the grand scheme, but it's a microcosm of how tight this division is. The Ravens, Bengals, and Browns are all lurking, waiting for any slip-up. The Steelers need to be smarter, more disciplined, especially on special teams, which can often be overlooked until it's too late. The division is fiercely competitive and every game counts. So this play, as embarrassing as it was, should serve as a wake-up call for the entire team. They need to focus, tighten their coverage, and avoid giving opponents easy opportunities like that. Because if they don't, teams like the Ravens or Bengals will gladly capitalize on such mistakes, pushing the Steelers further away from their Super Bowl aspirations. And speaking of aspirations, it's worth mentioning that the Steelers, historically, have been a team that thrives on resilience and grit. Even after a tough loss, they usually come back with renewed focus. But the question is, how will they respond this time? Will they use this as motivation to improve and fix their vulnerabilities? Or will it linger as a reminder of what went wrong? The coaching staff, led by Mike Tomlin, has always been good at keeping the team focused on the next game, but moments like these test that resolve. Looking ahead, the Steelers have some crucial matchups coming up. They'll need to fix their special teams issues fast, especially the return game. The fact that Tomlin hasn't even considered replacing Johnson yet suggests that the team is trying to give him a chance to rebound. That's a good sign. It shows they believe in his potential, but it also puts pressure on him to step up and prove he can handle the spotlight. Meanwhile, the defense will continue to be the backbone of this team, with Watt and the others playing their hearts out. The offense, led by Kenny Pickett, will need to find consistency, especially in the red zone, to capitalize on their drives. And let's not forget, this season is still very much alive for the Steelers. Yes, the mistake was costly, but teams learn and grow from setbacks. It's about how they respond that will define their trajectory. If they tighten up on special teams, eliminate mental lapses, and stay disciplined, there's no reason they can't still compete at a high level and make a deep playoff push. But it's going to require focus, resilience, and maybe a little bit of that Pittsburgh grit that's been a hallmark of the franchise for decades. So to all the Steelers fans out there, I know this was a tough pill to swallow. We've seen our team bounce back before, and I believe they'll do it again. The season is far from over, and there's still a lot to play for. The team's leadership, especially from guys like TJ Watt and Kenny Pickett, will be crucial in guiding them through these rough patches. And let's be honest, in the NFL, the only thing that matters is what happens next. The Steelers have the talent, the history, and the resilience to turn this around. It's just about staying focused, learning from mistakes, and pushing forward. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe this mistake will define the season or serve as a wake-up call for the entire team? How do you see the Steelers bouncing back from this? Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. Remember, we're all in this together, and your voice is a vital part of the Steelers family. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and all the latest news from the Steel City. So stay tuned, keep the faith, and let's keep pushing forward, because the Steelers are still in this fight, and I truly believe they can turn this around. Thank you for being part of this journey with us. And as always, stay loyal, stay passionate, and let's go Steelers.